What's going on, everyone? So I did a video diving into Jonas Valanciunas and that the Lakers are expected to kind of, ramp up conversations once we hit the 15th, which I still believe Valanciunas is the most likely center that the Lakers will acquire. I still would love a Day'Ron Sharpe or something like that, but I just think, Tyler, put money on it. Who would you choose? I think it'd be Jonas Valanciunas. Again, don't know. You never know. Things could change. Maybe it's Nick Richards. Maybe Kessler gets back on the market. Who knows, right? But I just think the safest bet would be that Jonas Valanciunas will be a Laker at some point. Now, the idea is Gabe Vincent and then like a second or two for Valanciunas, right? Easy, clean swap. Lakers also clear like $1 million and 1.1 million or something like that off. Clean, easy swap, right? Which that 1.1 million could play a role and be a factor later on down the road if you end up making like that big swing trade and now you need to fill in a roster spot or two, right? And you clear another million or two off, and then now you have that 1 million, 1.1, so that way you can bring in, two guys or whatever, right? I get that. Makes sense. However, Lakers need like multiple guys. Right? If the Lakers really are serious about being a contender, you need probably close to 3 higher end, if not 4 guys, right? Like Valanciunas and a Cam Johnson by themselves, right? Best case scenario, right? I don't think is enough to lead you to a championship. I think it makes you better, right? But I think you need like a Valanciunas with a Cam Johnson, Dennis Schroeder, Dorian Finney-Smith, and now I think you're, that top team. So, trading Gabe Vincent gets off $11 million in tradable salary that you need. And it's really easier to kind of fill out the back end than it is to squeeze the players needed to add in as salary filler and stuff like that, right? So, to me, again, it was just kind of this thought that came in the video where I was like, I prefer the Lakers to kind of like stack guys to get to Valanciunas, right? Rather than like Gabe Vincent plus a couple seconds. Because no matter what, in the end, you're probably circling to the same result, right? But to me, I look at the Wizards, and they're a team that they're not trying to win. They're not trying to do anything. Because the problem is like some of these swing trades, some of these huge trades, right? Like you got to do like 4 or 5 guys for like 2. Or, you have to do like a 6 for 3 swap or whatever, right? And how many teams are going to want to have to like waive and get off 3, 4 guys, right? Most teams have guys that they could get off of it, they don't care about. And if the trade makes sense for them, they'll do it, they'll get off of it. But I look at a team like the Wizards, who they don't care. Like they're tanking for the bottom. They're going for Cooper Flag, right? They're trying to trade Kuzma. They're trying to trade Brogdon. They're trying to trade Valanciunas. They're trying to have a fire sale, get off guys, hit that reset button. They're not worried about, waving a guy or two here and there. So kind of use that to your advantage. Even if you have to give up, say, an extra second, right? Like, let's say they're like, yeah, we'll do Gabe Vincent for, 1 second, and we'll give you Valanciunas. All right. Well, I would rather give another second and be like, hey, we'll keep Gabe Vincent, not for the long term, again, as just salary, and then, hey, just let us stack guys. Let us give you Jalen Schifino, who's expiring. He's also a young guy that you can kind of spin this season, kind of look at, work out, see, okay, is this a piece that we want to maybe develop for a future? If not, you just let him walk. No big deal. Take Christian Wood, right? There's $6.9 million. You just need to clear another 3. Here's Maxwell Lewis, young wing, 3-and-D wing that you can grow and develop, get some young talent, and then throw in like a Jackson Hayes or whatever, right? Yeah, they would have to waive, Jackson Hayes, Cam Reddish, and, maybe one of their other guys if they want to keep Maxwell Lewis and Jalen Schifino, but who cares, right? Like, again, they get 2 young players, right? Maybe you don't even have to give up that other second. Maybe you just give up the 2 young guys. Be like, hey, instead of Gabe Vincent and us giving you a bunch of seconds, take Jalen Schifino, who are probably either trading or getting rid of anyway. Here's Maxwell Lewis, another young guy that you can grow and develop, right? He's not ready yet for the Lakers, and the Lakers need to win now. And, kind of stack 3 or 4 guys, trade that, bring in Valanciunas, give up your second, whatever, and then now you still have all of your assets, but you still have Gabe Vincent, Rui Hachimura, D'Angelo Russell, Jared Vanderbilt, Max Christie if you need to get there, Austin Reeves if you need to get there, if the right trade comes around, right? Now you essentially have all of your tradable salary. Yes, you're doing like a 3 or 4 for 1 swap. So the concern is you'd have to basically get that other deal lined up because you're going to have to like bring in guys, right? But again, you do the same result, you clear off because with, say you do, like I said, Jalen Trevino, Maxwell Lewis, Christian Wood, Jackson Hayes. You still clear off like $1.5 million, right? So you could still fill in a roster spot, but you're doing a 4 for 1 swap, which again, you're probably going to have to do anyway if you want to do a Nets trade or you have to do all this other stuff, right? But now, again, you get Valanciunas. So now you have your center locked up. You're good there. Now you could still go do all those other moves. You could still go get, the Nets trade, but now you don't need a day run trap. Now you could go get, could you maybe kind of use your assets to get an upgraded piece or another piece, or maybe go get, the Bulls trade, or maybe go do a different trade that we're not even privy to yet or whatever, right? My point is it's easier if you can get your front 8-9 guys, it's easier to just get the back end filler. Right, you bring in like an Alfred Payton or a Markelle Fultz, and bring in Quincy, bring in Koloko, boom, there you go. Right now you're good. Cost you $3.5 million, whatever, to bring those guys in. Right, like it's easier to do that than it is to convince all these other teams. Hey, we need you to take these 6 guys for these 3 or whatever. Where you have a team in Washington that probably doesn't care. Right, and hey, we're a rebuilding team. We can get 2 young guys that we can kind of just let stink up the place and see if they can get some development. Right, look at Memphis. Right, what they did with Scottie Pippen Jr. and Jay Huff. Wizards could do the same thing with Jalen Trevino and Maxwell Lewis. Right, here you go. Here's 2 young guys you can kind of run up and down with, have some fun with, see if they become anything this season. Right, if not, no biggie. Just let them go, let them walk, or sign them to like a cheap deal. Right. Because, like I said, the end result is going to be the same regardless. At some point, if you're really going to make that huge swing trade, you're probably going to need to fill in 2-3 roster spots anyway, right? But now, again, let's say you get Valanciunas. You can now go trade for, say, a Dorian Finney-Smith and a Dennis Schroeder. Both those guys, roughly $30 million you need to send out. Okay, well, you could do, D'Angelo Russell and Gabe Vincent now and get those 2 guys. And then you still have Rui Hachimura that you can keep or trade. Still have Jared Vanderbilt that you could keep or trade. You still have Maxwell Lewis that you can keep or trade. And you still have Austin Reeves that you can keep or trade. That's what, 20, 30, 47 million right there. You could do that and still go get a Zach LaVine and still fill out your roster, right? Like, got to throw Zach LaVine in every trade, right? But no, like in all seriousness, right? Like you could still navigate that. And now you could get, Dorian Finney-Smith, right? So basically you could do a 2 for 2 swap there, right? Boom, Dorian Finney-Smith and Dennis Schroeder for Gabe Vincent and D'Angelo Russell. Boom, there's that. And then you could do, like I said, you did the big trade. You got Valanciunas, right? So you still need to fill 2 roster spots, right? Okay, fine. No biggie. We'll get there. All right. And then you could still go make that swing trade for whatever else you want. Go get a Bruce Brown. And then, okay, let's say you have to fill in 2, maybe 3 spots. Okay, again, bring in a Peyton or Fultz, bring in a Quincy, bring in a Koloko. Boom, there you go. And now you got your, again, just for argument's sake, let's just say Bruce Brown, Dorian Finney-Smith, Dennis Schroeder, and Jonas Valanciunas with LeBron James, Anthony Davis, Austin Reeves, Dalton Connect. There's your front 8, right? And then you still have, Max Christie. You still have Christian Koloko, Alfred Payton, or Markelle Fultz. You're fine. Right? You got the depth. You got the talent. You got the versatility. My thing is just like, instead of like, because it's easier to trade $11 million in one guy who is also going to be an expiring contract next season than it is to trade 4 guys, that equal $11 million. Right? It's just much easier. If you have a team in Washington who may be willing to do that and just be like, yeah, sure, just give us the young guys, throw in 2 seconds. Yeah, it might cost you an extra second, but again, you're getting so much more front end talent, and you're still able to kind of keep that. Or like I said, you can keep a Rui Hachimura and have him come off the bench and do that. And now you didn't sacrifice Rui because you had to go do this other trade or whatever. Or again, turn Rui and something else into that other piece. Even Rui and like Cam Reddish get you to nearly 20 million, right? Like it gives you more flexibility, it gives you more options, it gives you more potential to kind of building a better talented roster. And a team in Washington probably wouldn't do it. They don't care. Again, they're not trying to win anything this season, right? If they have to waive a couple guys, it doesn't cost them. The reason the Lakers can't waive those guys is because they're $35K from the cap, from the second apron, right? So they can't do that and then still go fill out guys. Wizards, they're not worried about it. It doesn't matter to them. They can do that and it doesn't cost them anything. And they get two young players to kind of add and get a good look at. Maybe they could even flip. There's other teams, the Nets supposedly are interested in Jalen Trevino. The Jazz are interested in Jalen Trevino. So maybe they could even take them. Or maybe it's a third team that's just, hey, we're just giving these guys for free. So here, you want to take them, right? I would rather go that route. And I think you have like 2 weeks to kind of fill out that roster, that vacancy either way. And if you clear, like I said, $2 million, you can go and bring in immediately Peyton or Fultz. Boom, there you go. In good shape. And then you just need to get that last piece, can go make that trade, do whatever. But as always, this is a discussion. Like I said, this is just kind of wheels spinning in my head, and I was like, maybe I should kind of go a little more in depth into that, because it was kind of just like tacked in at the end of the video. But let me know what you think. Do you agree, disagree, kind of mixed in the middle, however you feel, whatever your thoughts are. I love to hear it, so let me know down in the comments below. That being said, if you haven't liked this video, hit that like button. Helps me a lot, so we enjoy these types of videos, and I truly appreciate it. Not subscribe channel, hit that subscribe button, turn on the bell notifications. Appreciate y'all. See you in the next one. Thank you.